G'day all, it's Colin from PC TLC and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at writing a Windows 10 to USB in Linux natively. So let's have a look at what we're doing here. If we go to Firefox, we are going to be looking at a WoeUSB. Now this one's from FOSSMint. That one was with the PPA. You can also, gives you the option of downloading the Deb package here. There was another one here, I think. This one here with the .deb package. So we've got those two there. So you've got the PPA and also the Deb package. So let's download it from here anyway. Going for Ubuntu 18.04, 64-bit.deb. So let's download that. There. Can be a little bit confusing sometimes, these websites. Just making sure. So that's completed. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it's, I don't know if it's a Deb file or not, that one. Let's have a look. .deb, yep. So let's install that. Yep. Yep, okay, let's continue. Okay, so that's a WoeUSB installed. Now let's just see that it's in the menu, make sure. Yep, let's open that up. Okay. So first things first, I actually need to bring my Windows 10 ISO over to here because I've only got it in my other computer. So I never thought of that before I did this. So I'll pause the video and we'll come back to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert, I've already got a Windows 10. I've already tried this out. So this is, I've got a Windows 10 USB here already done. So let's just go to the Mint USB stick and formatter. And I'm going to format that blank into FAT32 and format that. That's a perfectly good USB for booting Windows 10, so that's just been wiped clean. Okay, so I have my USB, my ISO Windows 10. So now what we're going to do is open up the USB, WoeUSB, and we will choose the disk image, Windows 10. To my Silicon Power, that's the one there, and click on install. Okay, so let's eject that and try again. Let me remove that and put it back in. There seems to be something not happening correctly with the USB, so we'll try again. There we go. And let's try again. These things don't happen when I'm not on camera. that one there. Install. Unmount, is it? Let's try again. Right, so how can I unmount? It doesn't allow me to unmount. Okay, so I'm going to have to physically unmount this. SDC01. Not mounted. Okay. So we had to unmount the disk. Now that window pops up, but just leave that going because it's still running behind there. I didn't have to do that in my other computer, so I'm not sure what was going on there. Maybe, I'm not sure why it wouldn't unmount properly. Sure, normally when you eject it, I'm really not sure what was going on there. So just to run back through that, I didn't want to do any terminal things in here at all, to be honest. So we may have to try this again. So what I've done is I've gone to the folder. I hope I didn't do that too quick for people. I was just getting a little bit frustrated there, but that was device SDC1. So I unmounted that with that command. So all you got to do is go to your file browser and look for that disk there and hover over it, and it'll tell you which one it is. And just sudo umount space /device /SDC1 for me anyway. Might be different for you. I honestly thought you could unmount in here. I don't unmount very often, so that's why I was a little bit... You can eject, but normally you have an unmount option. Oh, there it is. There's unmount there. I'm not sure if it was in there before. So I may just do this for the second time to see whether we have any luck again. So no doubt what's probably happened is when you format it, it should unmount it, I believe. So maybe just after formatting you can write it. We'll have another look because I'm interested in what was going on there. Sometimes you just seem to get different reactions on different computers, or you did it a different way to how you did it last time and you weren't sure about it. You can use these things, you can do it the first time, not a problem at all, and then you don't realise that you had to do it in a particular way, but it just worked the first time and you didn't pay attention to how that happened. So that happens all the time. So installation succeeded, there we go. Okay, so that's complete. So what I might do is shut this down and start this up, and just maybe take a couple of photos or short video on the phone just to show you that it's working. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm recording here at the moment. You can see the USB stickers in there. So this computer here will automatically pick up the USB stick because it's running under UEFI. So it does a search for any USB sticks available. And there we have Windows. Let's do English Australia, and we'll just English Australia and go next. Install now. I'm not going to install anything, we're just going to have a look, but you can see that the disk is definitely running. And there's the startup process for Windows 10. Don't have the product key, and I'm going to cancel that off anyway. Windows 10 Home or Pro, whatever, next. So I'm going to cancel that out. Sure you want to quit? Yes. And there we go. Okay, so that's been done. That's the Windows Startup USB installer. What we're going to do now is I'm going to format that again. I'm not really happy with what happened before, so we want to find out whether we don't want any intervention from the terminal if we can help it, because we want to do everything graphically. So that's been formatted. So I'm going to close that, and then I'm going to open WoeUSB because I haven't loaded that in. Now it's there, so hopefully this time it will work the way we want it to. So choose the ISO, choose that one and install. Hopefully this will go as planned, and there we go. So in Linux Mint, all you need to do is, so it's writing to the disk again. So in Linux Mint, just when you format it, just leave it and open the WoeUSB straight away and then write to the disk, not a problem. If you're in another operating system, Linux, that doesn't have the Mint stick USB formatter that's in Linux Mint, which is this one here, then you just need to format and gpart it, or disks, GNOME disks or whatever you use, and just make sure it's unmounted, and it stays unmounted. You should be fine. Some OSs should have an unmount option there anyway. So there we have it. That is how to write a Windows 10 ISO to USB in Linux. Fairly simple process, really. So just in case you ever come across the need to have to do that, that's quite easy to do. So I'll leave some links to the website in the show notes, and where to get WoeUSB from. Also, just to mention, Wallpaper is, got to remember now, something Storm, I think it was. Let me have a quick look. It's in Pictures, and that's the Plasma Storm by Karl Schneider. It's quite a nice looking wallpaper, I must say. So I'll leave a link to that wallpaper as well, and all should be good. So we don't have to hang around for this to write, because we've already proven that it works, so it's not a problem. I might as well just finish it off anyway, just to make sure that it works, but it should be fine. Now I have tried Etcher, and Etcher actually did fail on me, and it told me to use Rufus or USB. So now I can probably just show you what happens with Etcher. So I'm pretty sure I've got Etcher somewhere here. Well, actually I've got Etcher installed in my other Linux Mint. So what I will do, so there we go, installation succeeded. So what I will do is I'll jump on my other computer, and I'll just show you the reaction that I get from Etcher when I try to write a USB from Etcher. So I'll see you in the other computer. Okay, so welcome back. I'm in my other computer now. So what we're going to be doing is just show you quickly. I'll put in my USB in here and show you. There's Windows USB, the one that we wrote in the other computer. So what we're going to be doing is try and write that with Etcher. So Etcher will pick up my USB anyway. So select the image and we'll do that first. Windows 10. Now, so there's the error. Unlike other Windows images require special processing to be made bootable, we suggest you use a tool specially designed for this purpose, such as Rufus for in Windows and WoeUSB for Linux, or Boot Camp Assistant in macOS. So I haven't tried continue, but now it'll let me continue, but I don't know whether it'll actually write it. So I'm not really sure. So just as a little exercise as part of this video, I'm going to format that USB. Let's have a look. Silicon Power, that's the one. It doesn't matter what we format it into. So we'll do that, and I'll see if Etcher will go through with that, because I'm not really sure because I haven't tried. So we'll have a look. So let's select our image. So let's continue. It's that one there. Flash that. So I normally use Etcher for everything that I do. So I just figured that it wasn't going to work because of that warning from Etcher itself. So we will soon find out. I'm going to shut my other computer down, and once that's done, we'll see if it boots up. So if this does work, then I've shown you two ways of writing Windows 10. So maybe this will prove me wrong. I just didn't think it was going to work at all. But the WoeUSB is more of a native wave in Linux, although Etcher is as well, I suppose, when you think about it. It's, Etcher is a across the board. Etcher works in Windows. I'm not sure about Mac, but definitely Windows. So let's have a quick look at Etcher and see what's available for Etcher. I'm not sure if there's a Mac one or not. What have we got here? Etcher for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. So that's cross-platform. Okay. So Windows 10 has been written by Etcher. We shall take it out. I'll record the startup of this again on my other computer. Time shall tell whether this is going to work or not. I'm actually recording and my voice through simple screen recorder as well while I'm recording with my phone. So as you can see, that's gone straight to my my grub menu for Linux. So that was an unsuccessful boot for Windows after burning with Etcher or writing with Etcher. So that didn't work. So that's what the warning in Etcher is for. So it definitely doesn't work. So there we go. So that was writing the USB with Windows 10 ISO to USB with WoeUSB. This one here. Successful with WoeUSB, unsuccessful with Etcher. So that's quite a good little program, that one, available as a Deb file or a PPA. I'll leave the links in the show notes. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching.